Hi children, how are you? So I will continue the lesson, that is temperature and its measurements. Okay, so part 2 and in the general science, understand? So we will continue the lesson. So in this lesson, what is the name of our lesson? Heat and its measurements, isn't it? Temperature and its measurements. In this you will learn about the thermometers first. Okay, so how can you measure the temperature? First of all, you can measure the, if you see the hospital or when you went to the near the doctor, he will measure your body temperature with the help of a thermometer, isn't it? So what is this temperature actually? Temperature is a measure of heat energy in your body. What it indicates? It indicates the ability of your body to give heat to another body or absorb from another body. So how much heat is being transferred? Okay, how much it is ability of your body to give up heat, and that gives the temperature. Okay, just temperature is a measure of degree of hotness or coldness. Okay, temperature is a measure of degree of hotness or coldness. Thermometer is an instrument to measure how much it is. So thermometers are used to measure the temperature. So temperature is the measure of heat energy, and thermometers are used to measure the temperature. Understand? So there are two types of thermometers. If you observe the diagram, okay, there are a centigrade scale and a Fahrenheit scale. Okay, how it can be, let us know in detail. Okay, how many types of thermometers are there? Clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometers, and different scales as centigrade scale and Fahrenheit scale. Okay, let us know how it is constructed and working of the thermometers. Okay, normally doctors uses the clinical thermometer, isn't it? It is made up of glass, and at the middle of that glass there will be a capillary tube which is filled with mercury, and at one end there will be a mercury bulb, and other end is completely sealed by removing the air which is present, and a scale is marked to express the temperature. So how a scale is marked? If you see the diagram, okay, here we can easily see this is the 0 of the centigrade scale, which is equal to 32 of the Fahrenheit scale. So minimum is 0, and here the minimum value is 32 for a Fahrenheit scale. So if you observe, each 1 degree or rise in degree is equal to 1 scale reading is equal to 1 unit. Okay, if you see here 2, 92, 94, 96, 98 and 900, isn't it? Here 2, 2, 2, and here 1, 1, 1. Okay, they are divided into 1, 1, 1, but here it is not like that. The minimum is 30 to 32, and here the boiling point is 212. So it is nearly equal to 1.8, not exactly 1 or not exactly 2. So that is the scale difference in the centigrade scale and Fahrenheit scale. So a scale is marked to express the temperature. Understand? The arrangement of marks is called scale of temperature. The arrangement of marks is called scale of temperature. Okay, then what are the scales? Centigrade scale and Fahrenheit scale. So different scales or temperatures are used. Okay, one is Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Okay, normally the ranges you will learn in the next classes, but just let us know, the doctor uses the clinical thermometer, and it ranges from 95 Fahrenheit to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So actually the thermometers are used on what principle? The principle is matter expands on heating. What is the principle behind these thermometers? Matter expands on heating. Liquid is a matter, isn't it? How many states of matter? There are three states: solids, liquids, and gases. So all the matter, all the three expands on heating. That principle is used in the thermometers. Understand, children? Okay, let us do a small activity. Okay, here we'll take a round bottomed flask. Okay, then a round bottom flask or a flask which is filled with a colored water. Okay, and a one hole rubber cork is fixed. Okay, one hole rubber cork is fixed, and you can take a straw. Okay, and just will observe the level of the water. Okay, what is this? The color water, isn't it? So what we have to take this flask, pour the color water, and fix the one hole rubber cork, and it is immersed in a water trough, hot water trough. Slowly the water temperature, colored water temperature rises, and you will observe, just observe the initial water level, and you will observe that the water level slowly rised up. That means what you have observed, water expands on heating. Okay, slowly the level increases. What it means? It means that water is expanding on heating. Not only water, mercury and also alcohol is also used in the thermometer liquids. Okay, now normally instead of water you can take the mercury and alcohol because it is more accuracy in the reading of mercury. Why? Because mercury and alcohol are used instead of water. Okay, in the thermometers. Just it is just an activity to show you that water expands on heating or liquid expands on heating. So what are the requirements? A round bottom flask, water, colored water, cork, one hole rubber cork, a drinking straw or a glass tube, and hot water trough. These are required. So heating and cooling also, if you cool the water, then also the level decreases. That means water, okay, contrast on cooling, expands on heating, opposite contrast and cooling. Understand? So by this we can say matter expands on heating. Then you can use instead of water mercury and also alcohol. So we'll discuss about the thermometer liquids. First, why we take the mercury instead of water in a thermometer. In a thermometer, we use a mercury. Why we should use? Because the expansion is uniform. When you heat the mercury at one place, it expands equally in all directions, equally, uniformly. Okay, and also it is opaque, light will not pass through it. Okay, and it reflects the light, that's why it shines more. Okay, the mercury will give you a shining, and it is an opaque substance, and moreover it does not stick to the glass. Normally if you take oil, it will stick to your hands, isn't it? But mercury does not stick to the surfaces. That is the reason why the mercury is used, and is also good conductor of heat. When you heat it, it conducts the heat energy from one end to the other end, and mercury is available in a pure state. The pure mercury, there is no contamination or it is not a mixture. You can get it in a pure state. That's the reason why we use mercury. Not only mercury, children, we can use the alcohol also. Do you know it? Okay, so let us discuss about the properties of alcohols also. Okay, what are those properties? Actually, the properties are, it records very low temperature. Normally alcohol is used to measure very low temperatures. That means -10, -20, -30 also can be recorded with the help of the alcohol as a thermometer liquid. Okay, why? Because the expansion is also very large, so the reading will be very accurate. Okay, so it can be colored brightly and hence easily visible. The alcohol as water colored, water can be colored, alcohol can also be colored easily. Okay, that means when you add a small amount of color, the alcohol become a colored alcohol and colored brightly, and hence it is easily visible. The alcohol which is easily visible when it is colored. Okay, that's all reasons why we use these liquids in the thermometer. Understand? So what is thermometer? Thermometer is an instrument to measure the temperature. What is temperature? Degree of hotness or coldness. What is this heat? Heat is a form of energy. You have learned in the previous video, isn't it? It is a form of energy which transfers from higher temperature to lower temperature. Heat, temperature, and thermometers. What is the purpose of thermometer? To measure the temperature. Okay, it is an instrument to measure the thermometers. What are the different kinds of thermometers? Yes, clinical and the laboratory thermometers. Very good. Okay, what are the different scales? Yes, Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. Very good. Okay, what is the minimum temperature in Celsius or the uh, clinical thermometer? The clinical thermometer, the minimum scale is the minimum temperature is 95 degrees Fahrenheit. What are the liquids used in thermometers? Mercury and alcohol. Very good. What are the liquids used? Mercury and alcohol. Why mercury is used? Then you have to write all these 5 points. Expansion is uniform, opaque, and will shine. Do not stick to the objects, and good conductor of heat, and available in pure state. Understand these things? If you learn well, you will know about this lesson very well. Understand, children?